Melissa?
Okay, this is Melissa. I am getting ready to launch the first poll. Actually, it's the same poll, but we have 8 responses, so we'll launch the first portion. Which of the following assessment tools have you used since starting this class? Developed a holistic goal, tested a decision using holistic management, conducted a SWOT analysis for a new enterprise. So if you would please choose one of those.
No, or all of them.
Well, we asked which have you used. Oh, please select one. I'm sorry. 53% of you have voted. We're up to 87%. Still at 87%. I'll give it a couple more seconds. Oh, 93% of you have voted. Okay, I'll wait a couple more seconds and then I'm going to close this. Okay, I'm going to close this poll and the results should be displayed right now. Okay, 34% of you have developed a holistic goal. Yay! 21% of you have tested a decision using holistic management, and 43% of you have conducted a SWOT analysis for a new enterprise. Excellent, excellent. Okay, there is another portion to this poll. Okay, excuse me just a second. I have to close that. Here I come. Okay, next portion. Which of the following assessment tools have you used since beginning this class? Prepared a cash flow budget, looked at a new enterprise using gross profit analysis, identified a financial weak link. Please select whatever you have already used. 73%, 87% of you have voted. I'll wait a few more seconds. 93% of you have voted. A couple more seconds and then I'll close it and show the results. Okay, I'm going to close this. Now I'll share the results. Okay, 21% of you have prepared a cash flow budget. 21% have looked at a new enterprise using gross profit analysis. And 57% of you have identified a financial weak link. Okay, great. Thank you very much. Cinda?
Yeah, that was really interesting to know that so many of you have started implementing some of these tools that we provided you, and I'm sure that even if you haven't done so yet, you will incorporate some of these useful tools into your planning. So great. Well, next we have one of your fellow students, John Fryle, who is a certified public accountant, has been part of this class because he's thinking of going into a farm business in the future. But he had, and he volunteered to help us out today, and he wanted to go over some bookkeeping and accounting tips that he thought might be useful to fellow farmers. So, John, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, John, we're going to let you go through some, and I'll go through your slides, and you can take it away.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank the presenters and all the people who posted on Moodle. I followed the postings, and those of us wannabes just can't get this kind of information anywhere else, so it's definitely appreciated. The following slides are meant to be conceptual in nature. The presenters on the financial statements, if we call that front of the house information, this is designed to be back of the house information, some tips and some concepts to consider when you're operating your business on a day-to-day basis outside of planning for profit or managing your crops or livestock. This slide here, 2 points would like to point out is much of this information is designed to avoid operation disruptions. If something's going to go sideways, it's going to go sideways on the most profitable week you're going to have, and we don't have time to be spending making sure payroll gets out when it should have been out or chasing down stolen IDs for a bank account, that type of thing. And it can be summed up in risk management. Some of these concepts may not appeal to an individual, but others who want to reduce all risk may be very appealing. So since this is a conceptual basis and we have a little bit of limited time, I believe Cinda has my email address posted, and I'll also post my phone numbers, so any participants that would like to run what-if discussions are available for detailed discussions at a later time. These concepts, consider a separate bank account outside of your personal bank account. And it looks like the larger operations usually have this. Here again is to reduce risk. If we have bank account numbers compromised, then our personal funds are separated from our commercial funds. One concept of a separate bank account is a clearing account or a disbursement account, is filling up the bank account only with enough money to make payroll or the checks you've issued that week, and so it's near a zero balance, so if there is an issue, you have minimal risk. Regarding some time-saving aspects, most of us are using online banking to one degree or another. Online bill pay, or what they call ACH now, is becoming used more and more often. It can be a time-saving issue. The U.S. mail is fairly risky. You mail a credit card payment with a check in it, and somebody gets a handle on that. Then they've got your credit card, your signature, your bank account number. They're 90% away from stealing your ID and spending your money. Often the online bank account can export data from the checks we write, and we can upload into our accounting system. Next, please. The next slide has to do with systems. Just some questions when you're picking your system or evaluating your system. The first one is most important, is whatever system, even if you're on paper or in Excel, is enter each and every day. And not only does this reduce the workload and increase the accuracy come time to calculate our profit and loss, it's also great for tax purposes. And say you made a $10 purchase and you enter it into your accounting system, it takes you 5 minutes. Well, at a 25% tax rate, you just saved yourself $2.50, and for 5 minutes, that equals $30 an hour. So not a bad return for getting the tax credit for your $10 purchase. Rather than read through each of these bullet points, just some things to think about when you're picking or evaluating your system. Are we internet dependent? What if we have challenges with our internet access? Can we get our data out of the system? Once we enter an expense, can we move it to another expense account? Are there others to help us out? And QuickBooks is an example, and not recommended necessarily, so there's several things you can do with QuickBooks that are fairly handy. Next, please. This slide is payroll processing. Can be time-consuming or not. And these two options, as a professional, I cannot recommend. And the bullet points are self-explanatory. And the next slide, please, Cinda.